My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review for The Last Duel. Now, this is a movie I was really looking forward to watching. I thought the trailers looked great. I knew about the plot and the structure of this movie, so I was really looking forward to it. And I have to say, I did like it, but I was left a bit underwhelmed by it. Now, this is a movie that has three different perspectives. We see the same story, the same events happen from three different points of views. You got Matt Damon's point of view, Adam Driver's point of view, and Jodie Comer's point of view. And I do think that's definitely the best element of this movie, because there's so many small moments that you see again and again and again, but every single time you see it, it has a different sort of impact. Like, there's one moment where Matt Damon and Adam Driver character shakes hands, and just the way you see it from every single perspective and how each person recalls that one moment, I just thought that was this movie at its absolute best. It's in those small moments, those small details. And also how each character views themselves and the different characters. That's easily the most interesting element of this movie. And because of that, it does give this movie a fresh feel to it. There was about a point, let's say I was about halfway through this movie, and I'm just like, okay, I got this movie figured out. I know what kind of movie this is. But then we get the third perspective. And this third perspective does something that I wasn't expecting for it to do. It basically deconstructs the medieval genre and critiques it instead. And I just found that to be a fascinating approach. The noble hero is no longer the noble hero. Characters that you think you see a different side to them. The idea of a noble man fighting for this woman is handled in such a unique way, and it changes the way that you view certain characters. And I just found this movie to do that in very interesting ways. And The Last Duel, when it happens, is an absolute amazing moment. Like, it's Ridley Scott at its absolute finest. The brutality, the stakes, the tension, you just feel it all, and that's easily when the movie comes alive the most. But this movie still left me a bit underwhelmed. And trying to figure it out, I think I have. And it's just the fact that everything we got in these characters and the story, without the perspective angle added into it, is pretty bland. I was never invested in Matt Damon's and Adam Driver's friendship. Not once. And I definitely wish they developed that a bit more, so we can feel the betrayal. And not just that, but all these moments of him wanting this land, him suing him, that you'd feel a bit more during those moments. But during those moments, I was just like, I couldn't care less. And considering that you only know these characters from certain perspectives, you don't really have a firm grasp on who each person is throughout. And because of that, I did find it difficult to get emotionally invested in what was going on. And not just that, it's whenever this movie isn't utilizing the different perspectives, I just found it to fall flat. It just lacked any sort of impact during those other moments. And this movie is 2.5 hours long, and I don't think it needed to be. This movie could have been a title more effective movie, because there's so many moments that just meandered for me. But I should also mention the cast, because the cast does do a good job. Matt Damon's really good in this movie. Between this movie and Stillwater, he's having a really good year. Adam Driver's really good in this movie. Jodie Comer's really good in this movie. I don't think any of those three performances are great, but they do a good job for what the movie requires them to do. Ben Affleck was the standout, and I heard Ben Affleck was in this movie, and for a while I was waiting for him to show up, and then I realized, oh, that's Ben Affleck. Like, I didn't even recognize him. He completely disappears in this movie, and I thought he was really great in it. And I'll also say that the battle sequences outside of the final battle are very underwhelming. But yeah, I do like this movie. I think it's well directed by Ridley Scott. It's got a great idea behind it. But those moments where it's not based around the different perspectives just kind of fell flat for me. The characters and the story alone just lacked any sort of impact, and it does drag this movie down a bit. I still definitely recommend you check this movie out, but it's not the amazing movie that you can see all the potential for. So I'm going to go ahead and give The Last Duel a 6.5 out of 10. Okay, have you seen the last Duel? What did you think about it? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe. Stay tuned for some more videos soon. And Gavin,